Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Summer 2020. This might be the last time I get to say this, because of course this could be our final game of the season, for at least the regular season before the playoffs. Dynamics in the lead, 1-0, but were they in the game? Not entirely sure. They managed to beat an Ocean Soul, that's definitely good.
Yeah.
And Beyond stole away a whole bunch of big dragons and purple worms and things like that, and then the game was over. I mean, very, very weird.
Yeah, Hanwha Esports, I think they had not great knowledge about the setting up the Renekton on the top side. And on top of that, Kuzan with the LeBlanc was just popping off. He was on point, like from the laning phase as well.
11-2 and 11, gigantic scoreline. Also, as this game was absolute chaos. Yeah. I was half expecting Beyond to pick up the player of the game, but I'm glad Kuzan got it, because I think that his play was definitely very, very strong. Yeah,
for sure. Every team fight that he really needed to poke was actually all from the LeBlanc. Like, look at the backline. Because of the LeBlanc, Azir and Caitlyn couldn't do anything when your front lane was just melting because of the Ashe. So Kuzan, I'm really happy that he got the POG, but actually every single members in Dynamics were deserving this POG as well, especially Beyond, like stalling those two main objectives, you know.
He definitely had a good game, as this was just crazy. I mean, it's largely like Ocean Rift things as well, because they took control of the river, but Guga coming through with a fantastic hook. Mirror, nothing that he can do, and from that point on, it was just all over. As it is going to be 6 out of 9 of the votes going over Kuzan's way, as 3 of them go over to Beyond, and that's understandable.
Yeah,
absolutely. Looking forward to seeing what Dynamics can do as we move to game number 2. All sorts of craziness could ensue. We just don't know.
Yeah, the objective control was not that great from Dynamics side, even though they were getting some kills. So if they can manage to have like mixed of like map control, then maybe they can have a clean game against Hanwha Esports.
I'm just looking forward to more kills. I just want to see more fighting all the time. That's what we got in game number 1, and I want it again in game number 2. I feel like, you know, today I'm already getting a little bit tired. I know without makeup on and things like that, I already look really tired. The wonders of makeup are a beautiful thing.
Same.
However, this has been a marathon of a day thus far. And I think that Hanwha might be able to turn it, because honestly, that could have gone either way in game number 1. And we could be definitely settling in for the night. Yeah. As it's already 9:36 here in Korea. Yesterday, our games were over 36 minutes ago.
That is true. And I just arrived at home at this time. But I guess because of the COVID-19 issue, I'm casting in my home. I'm happy.
Yep, that's what we do here for the global broadcast. We definitely we'd like to get back to the bedroom casting. It's where our roots are from, and I like it. I'm a big fan. We're going to be banning away Zoe and Lucian as we hop into the draft for game number 2. As there's the Galio ban, understandably, and they're going to get rid of the Volley Bear as well over Dynamics side.
Yeah. I mean, I have strong feeling that Dynamics is not going to change that much from the last game draft, but I think Hanwha Esports, they must change it, because I know that the mastery about the champion is really important, but at the same time, the team comp-wise, if they had one engage tool, if they had one playmaking champion, I think they had easier games. So I think I want to see more of like Caitlyn Lux, Caitlyn Bard, Caitlyn Thrasher even. I think playmaking champion is needed from Lee Hans, not like Shen from him.
This is interesting. The Nidalee is locked in, and then Ashe, when there was already Caitlyn on the Rift. So that Ashe didn't necessarily need to come in at that pick. They could have locked down the Renekton for themselves.
Yeah.
But I think Rich might have a different idea as to what he wants to play in this game. As Cad, thinking about Lee Sin. Lee Sin into Nidalee doesn't seem like the greatest of times.
Yeah, you need to
you don't necessarily farm very quickly.
Yeah, you need to make a lot of situations like solo queue. But actually last game was similar to solo queue, so it might be a great choice here.
Well, let's see how it is going to work out, as Miru has the opportunity of picking up his Azir again, but no, it's going to be Brad for Lehens. Big Bad Brad hits the rift. Nerfs or no nerfs, he's still coming in. How did you feel about the nerfs? I know that you are a bit of a Brad OTP.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Bard itself is just existing because of the ultimate. So if you can understand the map correctly and try to make play at the right place, then Bard is always fine. I mean, his laning phase is not like that we are talking about, you know. So, and you fill up the laning phase with the Caitlyn, so it's okay.
Well, let's see how it goes here as Azir is locked in for Kuzan this time. He's trying to be a pigeon. And we'll see how successful he is going to be at that. As first ban will be the Akali, so Kuzan can shore up his laning phase as well as he can. And Hanwha Life, where are they going to focus? They have their bottom lane and jungle already sorted. And I think Rich's champion pool is probably going to be attacked here. Renekton ban is necessary. I don't know why they're taking so long to ban Renekton, but that is going to be their first. No! They're leaving it up. Are they baiting? Does Dudu have, like, the ultimate answer to Renekton?
Maybe Wukong, but it is gonna get banned. Or maybe he is gonna look for Jace or something. I mean, Nautilus, even though...
I was expecting Jace Renekton to be banned 100%.
Yeah, same, but I think the last game, Gugar's Nautilus was kind of annoying when it comes to Hanwha Life Esports team fight. So I think that's the main reason why they banned it. And I mean, support pool is actually pinched. I mean, he loves to play Galio support, but they banned it because of Mir. And also, he likes to play Bard, but they banned Nautilus and just picked up the Bard themselves. So I'm wondering what he's gonna play right now. I mean, if it's normal, Pantheon support is looking great here.
I mean, they could also just pick the Karma for lane as well.
Yeah.
Certainly would work out alongside the Ashe, especially into the Bard, because you don't really want to be picking a melee support into Bard. But it is still going to be the Pantheon like you were talking about.
Yeah, it's still Ashe and Pantheon, which is such a great pickup when it comes to laning phase. Always kill pressure is there, and here we go! Mir's signature pick is right there. And we remember how many times he soaked Azir's ultimate with his chain. So I like it. And as I mentioned, he's picking up the Jace. And yeah, I guess I'm reading the script here.
Yep, you are. The Wukong looks to be the option here for Rich. A lot of teamfight power here from Dynamics. Not a lot of gank setup, as this would be definitely better for that. On the top side of the map, as the Aurelia is currently being hovered, and Rich is going to lock that one away. Certainly feels like a lot more of a Rich champion. Whenever I see him play, I want him to be on something with some skill expression, and Aurelia is certainly that. So excited to see what he's going to be able to do in this lane up against the Jace, but he will need jungler support to help him out based on the melee versus range matchup and things like that.
Yeah, and it feels like Hanwha Life, they picked up some comfort champions more than meta champions. I mean, they are still fine in this meta, so I think it really depends on how they play out these champions. And for Dynamics, I think it's the standard. Ashe for Doctor is something like that. I really like to see it from Dynamics, even though his snowball potential is not great. Still, like, he's doing great in teamfight and skirmishes with Ashe ultimates. So I think this is looking great. Meta picks in the jungle as well. My question is Lee Sin good into Nidalee? Is Lee Sin is gonna helping enough Jace when Aurelia is gonna jump on him 24/7?
I'm not sure about that, Widid. I'm a little bit frightened about how this one is going to go, but Dynamics now on the cusp of being able to pick up their second victory in a row and move themselves towards 2021, feeling a lot better. As, of course, our newest promoted team into the LCK before we hit franchising. I do feel okay about how their draft looks. I don't think the Lee Sin into the Nidalee is the greatest of ideas, but I think it's CAD just wanting to have a good send-off. As here we are onto the Rift for game number 2, Hanwha Life versus Dynamics. And I'm just excited to watch the top lane. I think this is... We're about due for a Rich pop-off. I want to see a Rich pop-off this game.
And this Jace is starting with the sweeping lanes. Maybe they are looking for invading at level 1.
Interesting.
This is not normal choice by top laner, right? You just pick up the ward and just prevent level 3 gank. That is just a classic way from the top laner. But starting with sweeping lanes is something like that. When you want to look for cheeky play at level 1. Otherwise, you're not gonna have ward for level 3 or level 4 and level 5. So, you should do something with it, I think.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about what they're planning on doing. But, we shall see. Maybe looking to try and sweep things out so that Lee Sin can come through for an easier level 3 gank. Or he's going to start topside of the map to deny beyond any sort of level 3 gank.
Yeah, so they are casually trading side, as I mentioned.
Yeah, and he doesn't actually sweep out the ward that's right there, as Cad will be starting on the red buff, and it looks like vertical jungling will ensue from this point onward. And that's great. I mean, that means that Beyond is going to be on the bot side of the map, and therefore is not going to be able to help Rich in the first few levels.
Yeah.
Which is able to help the Jace have a bit more power.
Great trade. But my question is it fine to play against Ashe Pantheon when you trade side? Can you actually disrespect like that when they have Ashe Pantheon? The answer is, we're not sure. We'll see.
Yeah. Rich already taking a lot of harassment up here, but as you can see, the wave is going to push in towards him. The Ashe Pantheon are going to get chunked out a little bit here at the beginning as Guga misses the spear. And Dr. Arm now looking for exactly where the Lee Sin is. He's over on his blue buff, but I believe that was actually spotted. As, yeah, some question mark pings and things of that nature.
So basically with the invading at level 1, Cat got advantage, right? I don't see any counter jungling from Beyond. So I think he is having a great advantage with the triple buff control.
Oh no. Okay, I thought he was going to go aggressive there. Dudu might have actually wanted to get hit by that stun to give Cad an opportunity. He was being very patient. Now I'm going to channel the back, but we'll see. Oh, was that a missed cannon? It's very sad as there's the to the skies and the hammer goes back. Rich immediately out of there with the blade surge and avoids the Q as Beyond is going to pounce on forward. Cad pretty squishy right now, but he picks up the kill. He is going to die for it as Rich grabs double buffs. And so theoretically, it's a money advantage for Hanwha Life, but a top lane advantage for Rich.
Yeah, trading some kills, and the outcome for the top lane is benefit onto Rich position. And Guga with the bot lane prior, maybe looking for the flash play.
Yep, there it is. The flash stun comes in. The Ignite's already down, and Guga puts him in the grave. That was really cute, as now Rich might be in trouble. He does Blade Surge back. And Dudu with a big minion wave to deal with now. He's not going to chase. 10 CS in the lead for the Aurelia. And it's still probably good news for Dynamics.
Yeah, such a good usage of bot lane prior by Guga. Maybe they think that Pantheon just reset it, but it was not happening.
Oh no, Kuzan could be in trouble here. He's going to flash. The Shifting Sands just straight up did not work. That was very weird. Maybe some mechanical misplay out of Kuzan. Might have been a while since he played the Azir.
I mean, he got blocked, so I mean, I guess it was just greedy TP. Oh, missing cannon as well.
Oh, no, he got it. All right, so Dudu didn't get it, but Rich did.
Yeah. So yeah, great gang setup by Dudu, but I think the stun, the two-man stun by Rich was that huge, and then they reacted pretty well, but I think both sides just played well, and the outcome is that Rich is smiling.
Yep, bit of an outplay from everyone. Everyone's sort of outplaying each other as Guga comes through, and it's just all too easy for the flash stun. As now Cad's going to come back yet again. Conqueror is there, as now Rich trying to dance around this minion wave. Don't know whether he's going to be able to, and no. Dudu just put some bullets in the back of his head. And yeah, you can skip around the lane if you want to, but it's still not going to be all that great, as Beyond is here at least to pick up the minion wave.
Yeah. And thumbs up as well. I mean, Irelia versus Jace is like better jungler wins. So
yeah, a little bit. As Guga gonna block the Peacemaker potentially, but wasn't going to land anyway. As Magical Journey in from Lehens, we'll find the slow with the Meep Slap, as that's a big headshot. Dr. Arm a bit chunked, but otherwise is going to be okay. As, okay, Emperor's Divide comes down, flashes everywhere. It was, of course, the hijacked variety. Skuzan moves back underneath his lane, and he's going to be okay.
Every single lane is kind of a little bit behind Dynamics, but I think their ball lane is doing a great job in this game, so I think they can just rely on them a little bit. But this time around, because of the tempo, because of the lane matchup, Ash is getting pushed, and this is not a great news for Guga, and I really think that he should just reset ASAP, because he cannot do anything with 300 HP Pantheon.
Well, Rich moves towards the mid lane. Wants to be able to get this kill onto Miro, but you can see he's playing very defensively.
Yeah.
Question mark pings out from the top lane, so not going to be going aggressive onto the Azir at this moment in time. And Kuzan is able to use that to deny some creeps, so that's definitely good news here for Dynamics.
Yeah, and I think Hanwha Live, they will be really proactive when Lehens can move around. And this is the timing that actually Lehens can just move first and having a better tempo because he reset it first. I mean, I guess Guga matched it with the cheeky reset, but I think Bard right now is more impactful when it comes to skirmishes because of the exhaust. It's gonna be on in like 10 seconds. So it really depends on like the way how they decide to snowball. Are you gonna focus on lane, or are you gonna focus on the mid lane and look for the header? That should be on choice right now. And on top of that,
a huge
top side matchup.
Yeah, Rich. Vanguard's Edge goes out. That's max range as he's looking for the stun and will land it. A huge minion wave's in there, but Blade Surge will tidy it up. And Rich now 2-1-0. The Aurelia starting to get scary.
Yeah. And I told you, this matchup is all about the jungler. If you have jungler, just jump in and you're gonna get killed.
Well, it's not about Lee Sin at the moment. Hasn't necessarily been able to show his worth just yet, despite being able to get first blood. He's still behind a whole bunch of camps. It's like 4-5 camps in the lead for Beyond. And he's going to be able to clear out that control ward as well. We'll see whether the Rift Herald is just going to be taken by the Nidalee.
Yeah. Great lane control by Dynamics on the bot side. When Pantheon support gets that rush control, then that's just way too scary. But they're just backing out because of the header position. Beyond is doing it, so they just need to back out, spot it out. Lee Sin right there.
Shot, pretty good ability.
Yeah. So they're doing their job correctly. Great position.
Yeah.
But can they actually react to this? They're bringing bot laners on alive. Oh,
well, we'll
never
see
mind.
the health bar of the Herald pretty soon. I think Beyond's been on it for a while, so it is just going to go down. Hanwha unable to actually get there in time to take it.
So they failed. They failed to defend the header, and they failed to trade it as well. They could actually try the Drake, but I don't know why they tried to like stop the header when they already know that Nidalee was missing for a long time. So I think Dynamics this time around, objective control is way more better.
Yeah, let's have a look at this fight once again. Max range on the Vanguard's Edge was absolutely fantastic there from Rich. And yeah, he gets all of those resets and surges his way towards a 2-1-0. Nice little countdown there. Like it when a scoreline comes together. And now look at this minion wave positioning. Oh my God, it's just awful for Dudu.
Yeah, it's just disaster. So that he needs some help. He needs some help. Otherwise, he's gonna get all in, and he needs to use the flash just for no reason because of the wave control. And I think Rich is doing such a great job on this. You know, whenever he gets the advantage on the lane, he's doing such a great job in the wave control. So that makes like that accelerates the snowball from the top side. So I think that's why it makes Reach good player in LCK.
Yeah, Rich is a great player. Looking forward to seeing where he's going to end up next year. Whether it's just going to be on Dynamics in the LCK with franchising upon us, or what's going to happen is he has stacked up this wave now, looking for a bit of a reset timing, and does have teleport available. As you can see, Dynamics were able to grab the Drake as well. There's a stun. Magical Journey coming down there as well as Guga sets up the shield. Arrow is soaked. And it is going to be that first kill coming through as Lehens should be going down as Kuzan tries to slide out of the way, but he is going to be taken down. Rich has found his way into the fight though. Already grabs himself one kill as he flashes out of the way to the skies, and Dudu is going to flash on top of him and grab that kill. Doctarm wants to take one with him, but he's not going to be able to, as now Miru's looking for Beyond an Ace, and the hole picks up the kill. Hanwha Life, they come back from the dead and destroy Dynamics.
The problem is that Reach was resetting, and we already checked it in matches that just happened before the bot side. I mean, just wait for 2 seconds more and your Irelia is gonna reset with the item set. But this fight was so random from the Dynamics bot lane Guga, and that went in a worse way that they could have.
Oh no, Kuzan also face planting once again. Was a bit unfortunate. Oh, this is very messy. Very messy.
Very messy, and I think if Dynamics just waited for like 3 seconds more, then Irelia could just finish off all the targets that he had on the bot side, but unlucky. But still header this up from Beyond, so...
Oh, Beyond possibly caught out of position here as Cad does not have kick available. Flash goes out. Is now Rich underneath his turret, trying to stay alive, but Kingslayer is going to kill him. Beyond going to be chased down by a kitty cat version of himself and chain lashed to death as Miru now 3-1-3, the hero for Hanwha Life. And it's happening again, Wadid, as this game has gone from fully in Dynamics' favor to now Hanwha Life really taking control.
Okay.
And it's only going to continue here as Lehens from underneath the turret going to slow down Doctarm with a meep slap as the minion wave does come in. Peacemaker comes down, and Viper will just kill Doctarm in the end. Minion wave or no minion wave.
I don't know what is happening after that.
This game is insane.
Yeah, after them getting a lot of advantages, a lot of benefits, a lot of objectives, randomly they decide to have random fights. Oh yeah, we're winning, so let's take the fight. I mean, that is not working in LCK.
Oh no, Shelly's also taking a walk of shame towards the bottom lane. She's going to miss out on taking any plates as well. And it's just all bad news. What happens when Beyond dies, right? Like, they wanted to set up a Herald play, but this is actually so much more valuable than we even knew, as this is some really cool angles.
Yeah. Oh, Nidalee chases Nidalee.
Yeah, right? It's almost cheating when you turn into Jace or Nidalee. As we're going to have a look at it once again.
I saw Nidalee.
Check out the
나 가고 있어.
hijacks.
내가 먼저 가 이거. 내가 먼저 가 위로.
I'm gonna 1v1. I'm first here.
싸우고 있어 서로.
Keep fight.
보자.
Chase them, chase
야
them.
이제 옆에 아지르 나올 수 있다.
Maybe there is Azir.
판테온 갈 수 있어 이제.
Pantheon can go.
아직 못. 아직
But
여기서
live.
Doctarm's going to kill Dudu as, oh no. Yep, Guga finishes it off in the end. I liked that juggling. Very nice dive there from the bottom lane of Dynamics. Meanwhile, another fight towards the bottom side as Rich is going to get kicked back. Viper putting down some traps so that he doesn't get surged onto, and the Magical Journey not going to get him out of the way. It will be the lead team grabbing the kill. So 1 for 1 on both sides of the map. 2 top laners dead.
Oh yeah, they are truly top laners. It feels like I'm watching one of the solo queue games that I have in my team from 2 top laners, you know.
Yep,
They just
it
keep
is
trying.
feeling exactly like that. Oh dear. Okay, Hanwha Life will be able to grab themselves this turret on the bottom side of the map. And they are just casually 3,000 gold in the lead as well, as we're going to have a look at how this one happened. We'll be in replays for a little while now, guys.
Oh yeah, maybe in live there is something happening again. But anyways, this time around, Dynamics' bot lane, they were kind of looking for the small details, so they spotted out the Jace, but at the same time, Reach, he was not able to on this position because there is no jungle backup or there is no support backup, so I think he should just back out. But yeah, he's top laner, so he's looking for it.
Oh yeah. Just got to go for them kills. And in the end, it's Viper that's reaping all the rewards. 2-0-4 now on the Caitlyn. He's got himself a kill bounty. 10 CS advantage. Having a good day. As Rich will land the stun. Mirror not so lucky as now Cad's going to come in. And now Rich knows that he has to try and go for the 1v2. I don't know whether he's going to be able to do so. And absolutely not, says Miru. As, yeah, just top laning things once again. Remember, Rich was, I think, on a decent scoreline at the beginning. Now he's 4-5.
Yeah. I mean, he was just 2-1 5 minutes ago, I remember.
Yep.
And just right now, he died 5 times already.
And he thinks League of Legends is in black and white, I think, at this stage. As Cad will be able to take down the Mountain Drake. Didn't actually see what the soul is going to be, as we're straight into another replay yet again.
Yeah. I can see the Mac delivery logo right there.
I know, right? What are you feeling like for dinner?
I'm actually ordering from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah? All right. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Advertising doing its work. Perfection.
Just seeing Irelia dying under the McDonald's banner seems great.
Yeah, seeing all this feeding's making me jealous, man. As Mirror steals away a Grand Skyfall, he has access to a lot of different areas on the map now, as Cad looking to try and get a kill onto Kuzan. 3-2-5 for the Lee Sin. He's playing well, as we're going to check him out right there. The kickback, the Emperor's Divide as well, and it is just going to be a trade of a flash and an ultimate for just the kick, so definitely very valuable there for Cad.
So, side trade.
Yeah, Miru gonna dive in on top of Rich as Guga puts up the shield, and that's a very dead Bard. But Rich dodging out of the way, does get the reset on the Blade Surge. Blade of the Ruined King comes down, but there's the chain from the Abduct. Over goes Cad. Is he actually going to be able to win the fight against Rich here as the Blade Surge comes in? Not enough. Rich seems to be fighting 3 people at a time over and over again now, as he's now 4-6-0.
Yeah, and obviously, Hanwha Esports top side is just keep fighting because, yeah, that's just how it is. They just take the fight. There's no back out.
No, that's not what we're about. Not here in the LCK. We're fight, fight, fight.
Good. But at the end, I think Cat is doing so much better job than Beyond right now. And it's looking like they're just having some free golds from Rich, and it is working out.
I feel like it's, we're having, oh, okay, Viper actually picked up that kill as well, somehow, with a max range Peacemaker. We're going to watch Rich's attempted escape.
That's great.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah. But Mirror used Flash, so that was clean. But yeah, I mean, this is the reason why you cannot play a top lane Irelia. Right? If you win lane really hard, then maybe you can win 1v2. But this time around, he was not like stomping lane or something, right? So I think the side lane is going to be harder.
And Tempered Fate goes down. Guga looking pretty good in gold and puts up the shield as well, so he will be alright. Double trapped, actually, as the headshots come down. Rich teleports in, immediately dies. Seems to be his job here today. As Dr. wants to try and save his turret, but I don't know whether he's going to be so lucky as Shirley pops down and she'll cram her head into this turret and attempt to take that one down. As Hanwha are in so much control. I don't know what happened to Rich. He's disengaged something, and things aren't necessarily working out. As Shirley double charge.
Yeah.
The absolute dream. Super Soaker comes down. Hanwha move themselves out, and they are going to be able to steal away a red buff as well. Viper should be delivered that one as Beyond Spear, and he is able to lock it down. Nice work from the jungler on Dynamic's side. As the dust settles, it's only 2,500 gold. So to be perfectly honest, this game's still pretty close.
Yeah, and Irelia, I think he shouldn't care about just dying on the side lane anymore because it doesn't matter anymore. And I still think that this Irelia is gonna win 1v1 on the side lane, so it doesn't matter. But the team play by Hanwha Esports was so clean. Nice Bard ultimate into the trap combination, and also Viper, he just looked at the TP and clean Ashe ulti pickup by Viper. I mean Mirror, so such a great pickup. It looks random, but I think Hanwha Esports is more structured. and synchronized as a team. So that's why they are getting some more kills.
Yep, I think it's working out for them. As Rich down here on the bottom side, clearing out minion after minion. He's still ahead in farm somehow. I feel like he's been dead most of this game. Still very surprised that he's ahead in CS.
He pushes and dies, so...
Yeah, right. So clears out the minion wave and then looks for the creative way to die next.
Yeah.
Is collecting Darwin Awards, I think, is our friend Rich. There's more minion waves getting shoved further forward. It used to be a Dynamics game, and now Hanwha Life have taken control. 2 items completed already by Viper. He's 305. Might be yet another game of Viper versus the world as we get further into this one, as the Infernal Drake has just spawned and will immediately die to Hanwha Life.
Yeah. I think Dynamics, they decide to farm it up a little bit more because of the item difference. And I do believe that this Irelia is still impactful on the side lane, so I think if they can use those advantage, those team cup, then I think this is still fine. Like for example, when Irelia is doing 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2 at the bot lane, just try Nashor because you have Azir. But is it happening?
Well, there's the stun onto Dudu. Teleport comes down as Rich is just getting bullied. The arrow is going to connect. Rich survives for quite some time as Emperor's Divide comes down, and that is going to be the trade of top laners. Cad also trying to fight this one out, but Kuzan will survive, and they use their Aurelia as bait this time, and Hanwha Lives couldn't help themselves.
Yeah, Rich can definitely old chat XD this time around.
Yep. Hashtag worth.
Yeah.
4, 8, and 2. Do you know what the problem is? I think because of those assists, Rich is going to be worth some money now.
Oh no.
Yeah, right. Unfortunate for Dynamics.
But anyway,
he's, almost reverse legendary, but I feel like the deaths came in not all in a row, so he's not able to get there. I think he's like 5 deaths in a row.
Yeah. I mean, this is
without a
still
kill.
okay for Irelia. I mean, it's Destiny, you know? But this was actually too much though. Like, Caitlyn was in base, and Silas was on the top side without TP. So basically they were just like, nah, this Irelia is just here, let's just bully him. But it's not working out like that, you know? This play was random.
Yes, absolutely felt like that. This whole series has felt pretty random, to be honest. It's been a lot of fun. As Rich now up towards the top side, he's now hanging out with his top laner. Kuzan has had immunity from any sort of ganks this game. He has died once, but otherwise he's been absolutely fine. Still, just under 2,000 gold, the lead here for Hanwha. As Doctom does have a couple of his items built up, actually pretty even on items with Viper, but Vipers are a little bit more expensive. As we'll see whether Doctom's going to be able to continue his good performance as we move further into this game. Dudu will take down the Grump. And Rich is bouncing around this lane. Looking for a bit more arrow. Will it connect there? And it does onto Dudu. And that is just going to be all of the chains, everything landing. But the stun comes down, and Guga is going to be able to help lock down the Jace. Miru's teleported in. He's picked up a Vanguard's Edge, and that one's going to get flashed.
They're pushing
so they're not
mid.
going to be able to get it, as Viper and Lahans are just going to take down an inhibitor turret, because why not? Okay, maybe a slight mispositioning there from Dynamics.
So they're punishing it.
Okay, oh, that trap was so nice. Is Rich gonna try and take down the Hens first. The exhaust comes in. Doctom's gonna be able to grab that kill. He's now beyond, goes into cat form, pounces on top of Viper. And not gonna get kicked back there as Cad dives on forward. Oh, that's a good knock up there onto Doctom as well to avoid some of that damage. The traps well avoided there by Guga. And I thought there was going to be more action, but it didn't actually come down, as Miru is still very fed, and Dynamics have to be careful.
Yeah. I think I really like that Dynamics is still looking for the proactive plays, because they're behind, right? So they're looking for the windows from the side, and that was great startup, and then great follow-up with the Pantheon ultimate. But at the end, I think Dynamics is still slowly chasing them, and it was really great Ash Arrow by Doctom as well.
Yep, having a look, it goes straight through the rocks there.
Yes,
very nicely done.
Straight through to the McDonald's banner as well.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
I think that's actually really impressive. I think sponsor is gonna be really happy.
Yeah, getting some high value. Absolutely. As this was just craziness everywhere.
Yeah.
It just felt like no kills came in.
Some
Took them
crazy
a lot of
ping
damage.
pongs. Yeah, and then there is Mikhails from Bard behind right now, so Ash's ultimate is gonna be a lot weaker than before. So the team fight is still on Hanwha Life's favor, right? So it's all about the positioning. It's all about the positioning again. And this time around, Viper has all summoners up, so it should be on Hanwha Life's favor. Better position as well.
Yeah, Shock Blast is going to land onto Beyond. Doesn't do too much damage. Is Rich looking for a flank. Is this Infernal Drake going to be important? Infernal Soul Point for Hanwha Life. It's not looking like they're really going for too much here, as it's going to be bursted. Secured by Beyond, as Guga is going to find Cat there in the backline. Vanguard's Edge connects, as there's the kickback onto Rich. Immediately taken out of the fight, as Miru finds the Abduct, but he's going to fall. Doctum still at full health, but Hanwha Life have dealt with the rest of Dynamics. Dynamics do manage to take down the Drake, though, and they only lose 3 members. But it's a 3-for-1 trade, and Hanwha Life have their eyes on the Baron.
Yeah, Cat's Lee Sin's position was just way too perfect, so they could actually just look for the backline first and reach again. I mean, he's playing Irelia, and you're playing against the exhaust support, which is impossible, almost impossible to do a great job in the team fight. And that's why you are not like able to pick up the top Irelia many times. And
yeah,
look at Lee Sin's position, like it was so great. Even though he couldn't steal the Drake here, he was still keep focusing on the Irelia here. And just kickback.
Yeah, Rich he's not very strong right now. As Doctum flashed the Abduct, and it made sure that Kuzan died to it. It's not too good.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was not in range, Doctum, because he moved upward.
Yeah, it looked a bit weird.
Yeah, but after that, Kuzan is like walking forward. Oh, wow.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Oh, this is a very big doo-doo. Up towards the top side now. He's got a couple of lethality items, as well as his Black Cleaver. And a casual Executioner's Calling also. Rich is behind by a long way, as you'd expect from someone who's died 9 times. There's Hanwha Life. They don't have a minion wave here towards the bottom lane. And there's no inhibitor turret, remember, in mid. So that could be their opportunity to get something done. But this inner turret is going to be their first priority, and that's going to be taken down. As Rich is in the mid lane trying to get that one shoved. The inhibitor not down just yet, so of course no super creeps to deal with. But Hanwha Life, they should be able to grab this, as Dudu does take a lot of damage. That might make things a little bit more difficult, but Redemption comes through, and that's going to keep them healthy here in this siege. Kuzan might need to spend some time on the fountain, get that health bar back, and this siege minion is being quite frustrating, as Miru has himself an Ash Arrow. And Dynamics just watch as their turret falls down. This is the siege power of a Caitlyn. She is going to be able to now get to work on this inhibitor. Shock Blast goes wide, but Dynamics doesn't want to just be bleeding objectives like this.
Oh yeah. I mean, they know that they're going to lose the team fight straight off 5v5, so that's why they're not doing anything against that. And one inhibitor is allowed, but next one is not allowed, so they should look for some plays. And I think it shouldn't be like they're looking for a straight up 5v5 team fight. I think it should be Irelia dragging some players on the bot side or even top side, and look for some cheeky engages from Pantheon and Ash Ultimate. Otherwise, I don't think they're gonna win a team fight ever.
Well, see what they can get done here as blue buff goes over to Kuzan. I don't know whether it's going to be enough to actually secure them any sort of victory. It's still only 4,000 gold to lead, guys. Like, this game is still not completely over. but the amount of control that Hanwha has is pretty ridiculous. Dynamics unable to hold on to their inner turret in the top lane.
So yeah,
Inhibitor's still up mid. Arrow is going to just cruise through McDonald's right there. That's a drive-through, by the way, guys. Definitely offered by your local McDonald's establishment. There's Dynamics now with 5 members underneath this top inhibitor turret. Tempered Fate comes down, lands onto Kuzan. Is now Cad trying to get into position. The kickback lands onto Kuzan there, but he's going to stay alive, and Cad not going to be so lucky. So far, Dynamics has come out on top in this fight as Miru has to flash to get himself out of the way in the turret. Not going to be enough to follow him there. Viper not in range for the headshot. It would have done a lot of damage. It's an even 2 for 2 in the end, but anything that goes evenly is good news for Dynamics.
yeah, more farm, and yeah, they just need to wait until like they have almost similar items, and the big objectives are not here yet. And it looked like one-sided teamfight because of the chain CC from Bard and Caitlyn, but the reaction was really great by Kuzan and Cougar, so they could actually get some kills under the turret, and it was great reaction by Dynamics.
All right, now Soul Point is upon us. Hanwha looking for that Infernal Soul. I feel like that's going to be a better one than the Ocean Soul they had last game, so maybe that's going to help them actually win this time around. Although Dynamics can still fight them in 4.5 minutes for that next one. Baron, of course, has expired. It'll be up again in 1 minute and 15 seconds. 4 items on Caitlyn. Viper is massive. There's also 4 items on Docdarm. And we've spoken about 80 carry positioning a lot today, and that is going to continue as we have a look at the total damage, and Dudu has certainly done a lot. Somehow, Rich has done the most damage on his team, but I think that's just because he's been trying to fight at every single opportunity, whether it's a good idea or not.
Yeah, but still, you know, one team fight is gonna change everything. So because we saw it last games, we're still not sure about it, and there is still Nasher. And just one team fight is gonna change every single thing. And if Rich can have one great team fight with his Aurelia, then yeah, everyone is gonna be happy.
I want to see an Aurelia with 10 deaths win a game. That's what I want. As Tempered Fate has to be flashed by Guga. Definitely high value. That was one of their engage tools that they no longer have. As Rich here on the bottom side is trying to farm his way back into this game. Death's Dance is on his mind. That's going to be the next choice for him. Must be pretty close to collecting that one by now. As the spears are starting to connect from Beyond, who's had a good series so far. I feel like Beyond has been up and down so far this season, but today, not going to be one of his down games. As the Baron has been started, Hawkshot is going to spot it. As they do have the man drop. And Rich is looking for a teleport. It is going to be secured. As Hanwha picked that one up, but now can they win the ensuing teamfight is going to be the question. Spear goes wide, or at least picks the gap. 3 items have been complete now for Rich.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's 4 items on actually like everyone else, apart from junglers, but I mean, at least the Death Stance is now there.
Yeah. They just need to fight right now, otherwise there is no chance.
Yeah, they don't want to lose everything as the Vanguard's Edge comes through. Arrow is going to connect onto Dudu. Gets out of the way of it. Emperor's Divide comes down. A 4-man Tempered Fate that actually mitigated all the damage of that Emperor's Divide, and everyone just explodes. There's the man drop from Guga, and he is going to die. I think we're going to 3 games, ladies and gentlemen, as Rich desperately tries to stay alive underneath this Nexus. But Lehens with a very, very nice Cosmic Binding is going to secure it as he lifts up his top hat, goes golden, and the Nexus will die. Here we go. We are going the distance here today. 6 games as Hanwha even out the series.
I'm not sure who should I give POG to. I have no idea right now.
Probably Miru.
Miru or their
really
bot lane, for example. But
Or, yeah, you could also give it to Lehens. I think Lehens landed some pretty good Tempered Fates.
yeah, I mean their bot lane was always like proactive and making a lot of good plays, so probably one of the bot lane can get some POG stat as well. Yeah, I think in general, Hanwha they had better game. such a great game by them. But
It was interesting because
Interesting game for
it
sure,
Felt like
yeah.
there were a lot of moments where Dynamics did have advantages, and then they threw them away. The early game worked out pretty well for them, as we're going to have a look at some of the highlights here of this very fun, dramatic, definitely a dramatic game.
yeah, definitely. So many kill trades were happening in the
Yeah.
early game. And because of this, I was thinking that maybe Dynamics is gonna control the game again. And all these plays were made by Dynamics as well, right? But at some point, Reach was just dying 24/7. And this play was so critical that they just made when Irelia was just facing with the advantage, you know. He got forced to TP even before his reset. So I think this was really huge. And Hanwha Live, they got the advantage. They snowballed, and that was the game.
Yeah, I actually really like Viper's positioning in this team fight as well. You would have thought normally most people would walk back to the Tri-Brush, but he decided he'd walk up towards the Dragon Pit, and that allowed him to basically free hit for the majority. But this was just weird. This is an example of why Miru probably is in with a shot as far as the player of the game is concerned.
Yeah. And you know what?
But I still don't really know who deserves it.
I voted for Viper.
All right, nice.
Yeah, I mean, he put it such a great threat, and he didn't die at all, so he deserved it, I think. He was not doing random things, I think. That's the point.
Yes. As here's the cool arrow that lands onto Dudu. Oh, comes out of the trees right there. Look at that backwards McDonald's sign. Everything working out.
Everything working on. And it's actually really great strat from this sponsor because it's actually late time when LCK is on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great strat and it was really impressive. Oh man.
Yeah. I felt like Doc Dunn was like, oh, after you. And then in goes the Silas. It's just too many highlights. So many.
Yeah.
Do you remember yesterday we had a game where there were like 2 highlights and then it was over?
Oh yeah, the Diamond Gaming game?
Yeah, where they just won at 20 minutes
I missed
because
those
of
games.
like nothing.
Yeah. I missed those games, man.
Yeah, where did they go? They're going to be waiting for us in the final, don't worry.
True. But I don't want to be finals like that though. Like finals should be like this kind of game. Some fun fiesta, looking for the technical plays.
Well, I got a big shout out to Rich for dying over 10 times and still doing the most damage on his team.
I mean that's
nice work, dude.
That's how top laner works, by the way. You always go for the trades, and if you die, it's not your fault. It's your jungler's fault.
That's true. Or it's your bottom lane or your mid lane. It's just anyone's fault bar your own. That's how that one works. And he did the most damage, so obviously everybody else were the ones with the problem. It was top difference in favor of Rich. The rest of the team with the problem. That's not true. That's entirely a joke. But in game number 3, let's see whether Rich can keep their deaths down to like... I'll give him 5. 5 deaths. Over that, I'll be disappointed. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a short break. When we get back, the deciding match in our final series of LCK Summer for the regular season. We'll see you then.